Opinions expressed are those of the program host and guest and not WSTU. WSTU does not endorse any products mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU.
The Treasure Coast longest running local talk radio show is on the air. The Treasure Coast Forum. Get interested, get educated, get involved, and give us a call with your opinions at 220-9788. And here's your host of the Treasure Coast Forum.
Hey, everybody, you're listening to WSTU 1450. I am Amir Meehan, and I'm here with Mr. Thomas.
Hi. Well, I almost didn't make it. What an interesting day today, because I deal with a couple of stations, our sister station, WPSL, Fort Pierce, and this station, WSTU in Stewart, okay? Then I do work for my buddy who owns an online Spanish station in Fort Pierce.
Radio Festival.
Yeah, so I did that. In the morning, went to WPSL, did the swap shop. Our midday guy on WPSL, he's a little under the weather, so he's going to be out for a little while. So that's great. I mean, it's not great that he's not feeling well, but it's great that I get an opportunity to have some fun on the air with people, and we had a blast today. And then go back to Radio Festival and program it the rest of the day, okay, with the music and the commercials and all that stuff. And then had to go back to WPSL to get our weather update from our weather partners, WPBF TV 25, because they give us updates and we have to take care of that. And then do some produce commercials and whatnot for WPSL and WSTU. And then get here and send you texts that I'm going to be late. That was terrible. I felt bad, but
no, that's no problem. You technically weren't late because we made it on the show on time.
We made it.
That's what counts.
I know.
If you came now, then I would consider it late.
Okay, I feel better now.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about it, but yeah, we made it. Wow, it was a little exciting, I guess. Really. Yeah. I was yelling at all the cars and all the traffic lights on the way here.
I do that too.
You too?
I do that when I don't even have to be there on time.
I don't do that. Well, sometimes I do. I mean, I'm one of those guys that I have a lot of jobs. One of the jobs I do is DoorDash too. As a matter of fact, a lot of people do that, on the side. And so when the lights are not changing and we're timed certain amount of time to get to a restaurant, to a customer and whatever, I say choice words to the lights. I do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and they say nice choice words back to me sometimes.
Usually, actually, I get more angry at my garage.
Your garage?
Because it's
Explain
like
that
you have to open it, and sometimes it doesn't open with the button. Then I have to open the app, and it's the ADT app. Then I have to put in a code. Then I have to do all this stuff. So, yeah, that's really annoying.
That's why you like the manual ones better,
But then I have to get out of the car and manually do it.
Yeah, and if it's raining outside, you can appreciate
but
the
also
automatic.
It'll take more time. If it actually works, it's great. I could just drive away.
Well, yeah, it depends. We had one of those automatic ones in Stewart, but when I lived in New York, nope, it was get out of the car, lift up the garage door, and get in that way, So that's just the way it was. But we didn't even have air conditioning in my house in New York. Believe it or not.
But I mean, it wasn't too hot there, right?
Yeah, in the summertime.
In the summertime.
Yeah, in the summertime, the humidity, because I lived on Long Island, okay, in Uniondale. I don't know if you know where that is, but it's right off the Atlantic Ocean, right off the Long Island Sound, right in that area, and Nassau County is where I grew up. And I can tell you that I appreciated box fans because that's all I knew was the box fan. Yeah, there you go. Pulling right up in yeah. I could she's got the Google Earth right there. So
Google Earth. Right? It's actually just an image from Google.
Oh, is it just that?
Yeah, it's just an image. Google Earth. What I've noticed in your generation is that you say things, but you put you always give it a definite article behind it for some reason.
I don't know.
The Google, the TV.
Well, no, I don't say the Google, but
you did say the Google Earth.
I did.
Yeah, so they say the a lot. Which, I mean, a lot of times in my generation kind of makes fun of yours. We put behind words. But it's fine. You have way more things to make fun of my generation for than we do for your generation. My generation, they're all nutcases. Especially,
oh my goodness.
Especially the ones, Gen Alpha, the generation right after mine. My brother's part of that one. Oh my God. Oh, I just used him for my math IA at school. Yeah. So I did a correlational study on like screen time and then food consumption and little kiddos like
Yeah.
his age, 6 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
So I took data from him.
Mm-hmm.
So I take like a photo approximately of his food before and then
Right.
after, and then I look at his screen time on his iPad.
Wow.
And I do that, and then I administered a survey with the rest of his kindergarten class, and I found out that there was a strong positive correlation that the more screen time you have, the less food you're going to consume on average if you're a little baby.
What
And
about if
so
you're older? Because
if you're older, no, I'm only looking at little babies. Because
Well,
here's the thing, my brother, especially, there's a whole phenomenon called the iPad kid. Do you know about the iPad kid?
I have an iPad.
You don't know about iPad kids?
No.
Oh my God, you're living in bliss.
I am.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm about to like, I don't know, tear your whole world apart.
Oh no, you're gonna hurt me.
I know. Have you heard of Sephora 10-year-olds?
No.
Oh my God.
No, I live
You
in
poor thing.
I know. Thank you.
Sephora 10-year-olds are 10-year-old girls who buy cosmetics and makeup and make themselves look like they're 35.
Oh man.
It's a whole phenomena. A bunch of 10-year-olds are going to Sephora. They're stealing makeup, putting it on. It looks absolutely ridiculous. They're like having like 2-hour skincare routines and all this crap as if they were supermodels. They're 10 and they're putting mascara. I mean, they look like they came out straight out of a club.
Now, I've seen this on 60 Minutes, as a matter of fact. They're talking about it with the pageants and whatnot, that these young people look like they're way older than
But this is like different. This is an average 10-year-old going to Sephora, and now they're called Sephora 10-year-olds. So those are Sephora 10-year-olds. Now I'm going to tell you about iPad kids.
Right.
These are kids who were born and raised with an iPad straight out of their hand.
Right.
The phenomena is so bad. Their addiction and their whole world and the iPad is so bad. There was a video of a kid, a baby, like 2 years old, saw a butterfly in real life, and pinched their fingers towards the butterfly as if she was zooming in. But she couldn't because it was real life and not her iPad.
Oh, no.
And she couldn't make that distinction at such a young age. Especially when your brain is developing and stuff and you think the whole world's an iPad. That's not good.
They're not good.
No, exactly. So iPad kids, they're also they're known to speaking the language of brain rot, which means they have like a bunch of words like, yo, what's up, blah, I'll raise you up, that type of stuff.
Okay, I'm going to have to get a translator for that.
No, you don't want to know what I just said. You do not. Okay.
No, the breaking into the generation gap. I mean, the biggest generation gap I had is my nephew's 30 years younger than me. Okay. And then if you're going even further than that, you're a lot younger than me. And no, I just, you do the best you can to communicate with people. But I'm blaming my generation for all the technology, a lot of the technology, because we put all that stuff together.
Yeah.
It's to make things easier for you, you know, because when I was growing up and my parents, they had it even tougher than I did.
Yeah. Of course.
So it gets better each time. Now, when you grow up and get to be my age, I can't imagine the technology that's going to be out there.
I don't.
You know what I mean? You just can't imagine.
No.
Even the communication skills I've noticed, because, being in communication and radio, okay, and I worked in television too. I can tell you, when I see young people that standing right or sitting right next to each other, they could be talking to each other. They're not. They're texting each other. And I was, right here watching that happen at a remote broadcast that we did. I was amazed. So, I'm not blaming anybody for that. The technology's there,
No, but what I'm saying is that by making things a little too easy, we become too dependent on other things that we don't develop ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's what leads to iPad kid problem. They also have a self-discipline problem. They all have tantrums and stuff like that. Like my little brother, crazy tantrums for no reason, like no reason at all.
Wow.
And he does have communication issues, and he is having issues in school focusing.
Wow.
He's fine with things, but he just doesn't focus. So he'll do 2 questions, stop, and get a 20.
Wow.
On an assessment, right? So he'll just.
Why would you stop? Because just not feeling that the responsibility to get a good grade.
Yeah, not just that, but he just doesn't want to and doesn't care at all about anything. And the thing is, he gets distracted too easily.
See.
He wants to do exactly what he feels like right away, like an animal, know?
Wow.
When you feel cold, you want to do something no matter who's suffering or whatever. You're just going to steal someone's little burrow. Just kill this rabbit. I'm going to take the burrow, whatever.
Wow.
Because, with the iPad, everything is right there.
Yeah.
So you're used to getting everything you want right away. And the thing is, most people give the kids iPads is because these kids are they're unbearable. We give them the iPad to distract them. right? But the iPad makes them more unbearable, so we give them more iPad.
Yeah,
so it's a positive feedback loop.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It keeps going. So when I did this study, I looked at that, and then I, of course, correlation doesn't mean causation. So I did what should we call a t-test? Not t-test. Was it?
What's it called?
I think it was a t-test.
Okay.
Hypothesis
kid,
testing.
I'm learning something today.
Yeah.
You're
So
enlightening me.
Yeah. I did a t-test, and I did find that there was what was it? The p-value was low. Reject the. Yeah. Okay. So the p-value is low, which means I rejected the null hypothesis, which means that the variables are independent, which means they don't affect each other. But if they do, they're dependent of each other. And I found out when I did my statistical analysis that they are dependent. So there's causation.
And that's something. Well. I mean, the generations changed so much. Now, when my parents were growing up, I mean, we had similarities in my generation with my parents. As a matter of fact, going to the park to play basketball or softball or baseball or tennis, stuff like that, we would do that. And we go out and a bunch of kids.
I have never played at a park other than when I used to have recess back in elementary and middle school. And
see, I think
we didn't have it in middle school. We only had recess elementary school.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
See, when I was growing up there, we had elementary school. We had, you guys call it middle school, but we call it junior high school. Okay. And high school was 10th, 11th, and 12th. Junior high school was 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Oh, okay.
When I was growing up in New York. And kindergarten through 6th was elementary school. And I mean, it's similar as far as, elementary and then, middle school and then high school. So that's similar. But we had field trips where, we'd go to, let's say, the Smithsonian Institution, stuff like that. The Amish country. I got a chance to see that in Pennsylvania.
Well, the thing is, you lived in a place full of places like that.
Yeah.
I haven't been on a field trip since probably middle school. I did go on one, but it was voluntary, and it was only another kid who went.
Wow.
And it was on a weekend. So it didn't really count as a field trip. We drove ourselves there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we don't do field trips. There was one to UCF, but hardly anyone went to that one because but
I mean, how can that be a field trip? I mean, here you're getting exposed to a school you might want to go to.
Yeah.
UCF, nice school in Orlando. I mean, I lived in Orlando for 12 years working for a station up there. But we, as a senior, as a junior, they took us around to colleges that we might be interested in, applying for. And I thought that was great because you get an opportunity to talk to guidance counselors and instructors in that school to get a feel for it, for the culture. I think that's good. And if they're still doing that, I think that's great. But I just, I see volatile situation, with some young people too. I mean, not that we don't have that either in my age group, because we do at times too, but I just think it's more so, with the younger people that I've seen. It reminds me, growing up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Now I'm giving my age out here. Okay. But that's when I grew up.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But that's just what I saw, an awful lot of things happen in those decades, the way we learn math, the way we learn, which is always going to change anyway with technology, but the way you learn history and English class and, media, if you will, or the way you learn science. My nephew was showing me when he was in school, it was just like totally different from what I grew up, and I mean, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, I don't know. I mean, he did good. He did well in school, but I don't know, and you're a senior getting ready to go to college. And I think you said you decided on a school already, right? You accepted?
I've applied to 25.
Oh, okay.
I got accepted to one in England.
In England?
But I don't know anything about them.
Oh.
Because here's the thing. When you apply for UCAS, you have to apply for 5. And the thing is, there's no supplementary essay. So you just put the name in and then you have everything else.
Wow.
And boom, you send it. Right. So I had 3 that I would apply to, and then I had 2 more spaces to fill. So I just put random names in there. So the random one that I put in was the one I got in right away.
Course,
like
random.
Yeah. But what I found out is that the program I applied to had a 16% acceptance rate. So I'm like, okay,
wow.
High selectivity.
Right.
Then I go in, and I heard from other people it's not that great, but I don't know much about it, because I know just selectivity does not. If a school is selective, that doesn't mean they're great automatically.
And they don't have Google reviews because they throw the kids out.
I don't know.
I don't.
It's University of London. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My family background is from England. part of it.
Yeah.
I'm a makeup of many cultures, so I'm a mutt. But that's okay. And I just think it's pretty interesting to be accepted from a school out of the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was rejected from all the ones that I applied for. No, I'm
Every
kidding.
single one?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
ki- no, I'm kidding. Actually, I was accepted to sunny Farmingdale, which is a good college, a very good college in New York on Long Island. And I was going to school to become a car engineer because I took years of mechanical drawing and that kind of thing. And as you can see, that didn't happen. I became a radio personality instead. My math wasn't as strong as it needed to be, and that kind of hurt. But I am a car nut, totally.
What math did you struggle with?
I got past was it geometry, and I started trigonometry and couldn't do it.
Couldn't do trig. I could teach you.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to have a trig teacher now.
Yeah.
That's good.
I can teach you the basics.
All right. It's great because geometry was kind of easy because I was taking mechanical.
Was it right
drawing.
triangle trig you had problems with or normal trig?
Normal trig. I was just starting out.
But let me tell you something. Now if you're in the field, you're using a calculator, no matter what. No professional engineer doesn't use a calculator, which means if you understand the concepts and how to apply them, you're good. The calculator will do the calculations.
Well, here's the funny thing. When I first took algebra, I think I told you I failed it 3 times. The third time, actually, I failed it twice. The third time, I aced it, and I found out why. It's and students have this issue a lot. You just don't click with the teacher for one reason or another. And I found out that the last teacher that was instructing me, it was the verbiage, the vocabulary. Not understanding the vocabulary. Once I got that,
okay, define trigonometry.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to Google it.
Okay, it's the relationship between sides and angles. That's it.
Great.
That's it.
Okay, well, that's great. That's great. So
see, look, now you got that.
I feel, yeah.
Now you got that. Now you can go to auto mechanic school again.
Well, not auto mechanics. An auto engineer. Would design the chassis. Of course, I don't have chassis.
Oh, design.
Yeah, design cars and all the way through with all the electronics and anything to do with the motor.
If you're in radio and you love cars, why don't you work for Jay Leno or something?
Jay Leno, I watched his show quite a bit.
Yeah.
I do like.
Have you seen Top Gear?
Yes. I like the British version.
Yeah.
I think they're hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking the American version, but
I didn't know there was an American version.
There is. Yeah, there is.
Oh, ew.
But the English version is hilarious.
Yeah.
They destroy cars is what they do.
Yeah.
They kill them. But I think it's kind of funny. We still have another 5 minutes or so. So I think we're on a roll here. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I've always been a car nut since I'm 5 years old. My mom accredits that to when I was not born yet, in the womb, if you will. My mom was with my dad going around looking for a house. They lived in an apartment in Brooklyn, New York. And they said they were driving around all the time. And they said, well, it's no reason, it makes sense that you're a car nut. Because we were in a car all the time. And I was a month and a day old, and they moved me out to Uniondale, Long Island. So,
yeah, no, I'm not a car nut.
Okay, that's fair. Some people don't. My brother can't stand cars.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, they're cool.
No, he don't like them at
all. But
I'm
not like the type of person who goes geeking out and but I know all the engines and like the acronyms.
No, I don't do that. I'm more.
Oh, you're not
more,
like that.
No, I'm more of the designs.
Yeah,
I like that. And it's certain types. I'm pretty picky.
So you're artsy.
Yeah, pretty picky. My uncle was the art history professor at Birmingham Southern for 27 years.
Oh.
Yeah, and I guess it's in my family. My dad also was. We draw very well. My brother.
So you can draw?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I want to see some of your drawings.
All right, I'll have to dig them up. I will do that and make you laugh.
And then maybe make an audio version of a drawing. I don't know if that's possible for the audience.
Okay, the line goes. I don't know. Maybe we can do something. I don't know. We got to.
Or I can teach you trig, and then once I teach you trig, you can learn bearings, and then you can literally say the bearings out loud, calculate all of them, and then everyone can draw the lines at home if they know bearings.
And then I can bore everybody.
Yes. And we'll lose everyone. And then we can say whatever the heck we want on this show.
Well, you got to be careful. There is the FCC.
Oh, who are they?
Got to watch that. The Federal Communications Commission, which regulates AM and FM radio, which you don't say naughty words, and there are certain things you must follow according to the
They
FCC.
haven't caught me yet.
And that's because you haven't done anything to, warrant that. And we'll make sure that doesn't happen. But I find the conversation very interesting. But yeah, the generations change so much. And like you said, man, I never heard of the iPad kid. No,
iPad kid.
No, I never heard
it's
of that.
everywhere. You never go out on a restaurant and then you see suffering millennial parents with dark circles under their eyes, and then there's a child that sits between them like an evil overlord with their iPad being fed.
Now wait a minute. Now that you mention it.
Yes, exactly. Now you've seen it everywhere.
I have seen it where the parents will hand the iPad to the young kid, the young child, to quiet them.
Yes.
But see, they're watching shows that the parents put in there, most of the time that I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time.
I mean, my brother, his media consumption is slightly unregulated. I mean, he's watching Mr. Beast. So it's not 100% regulated. I mean, he's not watching anything that's cussing, but he's still watching brain rot.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, no. But there's nothing we can do about it, because if I take away the iPad, right, he'll hurt himself. Like, he will kick the floor and scream and whatever. Wow. Unless I have gotten him into Minecraft, which is better. He started playing Minecraft on my PlayStation. Have you heard of Minecraft?
Yes, I have. I've never played
much
it.
Better. Yeah. If you have an iPad kid, get them into Minecraft. And they probably will get into Minecraft.
Wow.
And it's way more constructive. They actually have to think. But that's the problem. When he's playing Minecraft, he keeps asking for my help because he doesn't want to think.
Well, see, that's the thing.
But I don't help him all the time. He'll cry, scream, whatever.
How old is he?
6.
Yeah. Okay.
But he still enjoys Minecraft.
6 years old. I'll tell you what I was doing. Besides being in first place, in first grade, building go-karts out of orange crates.
Yeah, my brother could never. Yeah. No. When I was 6, I wasn't doing that. Yeah. I was playing video games.
Yeah.
But I wasn't watching brain rot. But I was definitely not, I wasn't a very, extremely, I understood things really easily. I did well in school, but I wasn't necessarily bright in the sense that I was curious and could do things. I didn't really have an agency, Like at school, especially elementary school, it's kind of low effort, you just, if you listen, if you're obedient, you'll do great in school. All you have to do is be obedient.
Well,
really, I mean, mostly if you're 100% obedient, not just I'm listening to what the teacher's saying, but whatever the teacher's saying matters to me.
Well, that's important,
Yeah, I know, but then a lot of kids end up not thinking for themselves ever.
Well, that's a problem.
That was me, right? I wasn't someone who thought for myself. I just did what I needed to do, and just to get it done, and that was it. And that's not really that's great enough to get by,
right?
But it's not good enough to really excel.
Right. You want to excel for sure.
Yeah.
There are many ways that teachers express themselves and got students to pay attention. I'm going to talk about one. We're going to take a break. And I still talk to my 7th grade biology teacher, who made it a blast to go to class. Okay. He got the students involved, and I'm going to tell you how in about 2 minutes. Okay. We're going to take a break with Treasure Coast Forum, and we'll be right back at WSTU. And we are back at Treasure Coast Forum with me, Ray Thomas, and Amira, which she usually announces before I do. But
Yo.
Yo. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just yo.
Yeah.
All right. So is that the new verbiage or?
That's been around for a while, yo.
Well, I've heard...
think of Rocky, yo, Adrian,
Well, yo, yeah.
But yeah, I know, but now yo is more powerful. Like
yo.
A lot of times it's like a power statement to just deadpan someone and just go, yo.
Yeah, well, we've done that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I was looking, you brought something up and I noticed something too. And I wanted to tie it in.
Weren't you going to tell me about your biology teacher that made class fun?
Oh, I was just stalling for time.
Oh, okay.
What he did was this. My teacher's name was in 7th grade biology, Mr. Gottlieb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's a young guy and made it a lot of fun by making a game show out of learning the different terms in biology so that you'd pass, and he created Gottlieb's money, on ditto paper.
Oh, okay.
And he'd have 2 people in the back of the room and then he'd ask questions and the right person would win X amount of dollars, Gottlieb dollars. And at the end of the quarter, what he would do is bring prizes in. And if you had X amount of dollars, you could buy stuff like T-shirts and hats and stuff like that. And that was a lot of fun. I did very well in that class. And that makes it fun to learn. Some people need that. Some people don't need that. My sister is one of those people that does not need that because she is a riot all by herself. But she's just very studious. And I'm one of those kind of people that, like you're saying, wait till the last minute and stuff like that. I would do that. And
actually, my laziness is what motivates me to work harder. Because here's the thing. No, not that. It's just there's 7 hours in a school day. If I work my butt off the 7 hours, I will have the rest of the evening nothing.
Right.
That's why I'm one of the very few kids who don't have like homework, which is crazy for an IB student especially. But it's because it's like a dying patient in the ICU. Soon as something happens, I have to tackle it right away. Then the next thing, and then I get everything done at school. Yeah. Right. And so then I don't have to worry about anything at home. So I earn the right to be a lazy POS.
We're not gonna expand on that, but no, we're gonna leave that alone. But we know what she's talking about, a lazy person. Anyway, no. My dad used to have a nickname for me called Perry Putoff.
Perry, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Perry the Platypus?
No. Is that a learning tool, the platypus?
No. It's from a very popular show when I was a kid. It was a cartoon called Phineas and Ferb.
Okay.
And there was so Phineas and Ferb, they're like little kids who make crazy inventions and drive their sister crazy. Oh. But then Phineas and Ferb, they have a pet platypus named Perry, and he's seemingly innocent, but really he's actually a secret agent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. He was pretty cool.
Yeah. He was this little platypus with a brown hat.
Yo.
Yeah. Yo. Don't do that again. He sounded like you choked on air.
Well, it's like Stallone over here. You're going to have to lip a yo, Adrian. Yeah. So we have some birthdays. I want to see how many of them you know. Okay.
Probably don't know any of them.
You might know some of them.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
If they're from the 70s, I won't know them.
I don't know. Maybe not.
If they're from the 30s, I will know them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
maybe.
see here.
I probably will.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah, I know 39. Her. Oh, yeah. Call me maybe.
Yeah. See? And exactly right there. And I know the song too. Yeah, good song. Yeah, I like that song too, as a matter of fact. Let's see here. The Bella twins, Brie and Nikki, are 41. Nikki's the one who broke up with the wrestler John Cena.
No idea. I won't. Yeah.
Broke his heart. He was upset and she married somebody else. Rain Phoenix, you probably don't know. She's an actress.
You mean, is she related to River Phoenix and Joaquin Phoenix?
Yes.
Okay.
Joaquin.
Okay. I didn't know they had a sister who's in acting.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Rain Phoenix is her name. And the late River Phoenix was a great actor.
Yeah.
And Joaquin's a great actor. He, believe he was the actor that did Johnny Cash.
I believe you're right.
That.
Yep.
Yeah. He also did he produced and sang a country album.
Oh, wow.
As a matter of fact, and then he decided to get back to
Joaquin
acting.
Phoenix is a really good actor.
Yeah.
Okay, he's insanely good. But
I
the
think
only
so.
problem I have with him is his performance with Napoleon. It was an
Okay.
Apple TV movie, Napoleon. His
I didn't see that.
performance as Napoleon was unbearable. I couldn't watch the movie.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
He was a bad Napoleon.
Yeah.
I think he misinterpreted the character. What he was good. I don't think it was his role. I don't know.
Sometimes they don't hit it on the head.
Yeah, sometimes no.
Yeah.
It was ugh. It's painful.
Now you might know this guy because he's on
Mhm.
television all the time.
Yeah.
Michael Strahan. He's on Good Morning America.
See, I don't watch television.
Oh, okay.
I stream everything.
Well,
right.
He was with Kelly Ripa for a while. And from New York, there's some teams that I follow in football, the NFL. I'm a Giants fan, and I'm pretty depressed because they haven't played well in a long time. But he was a New York Giant and a great football player. I believe he's in the Hall of Fame. Ken Griffey Jr. is a great baseball player, retired.
Yeah, I don't know any of the baseball players or the football players or any player, period.
Troy Aikman is on television and is an NFL commentator, used to be the Cowboys quarterback from Dallas. Maybe somebody that you didn't know there. And I don't know, you may have seen the commercials with Marlo Thomas. Now, back in the 70s, 60s, and 70s.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
She was on a television show called That Girl, and she's 87. She was married to Phil Donahue, who had a talk show for many years on the air. He just passed away this year, unfortunately. Goldie Hawn.
I know her.
Her daughter, Kate Husson. She's 79 today, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there are some birthdays that you got a few of them. You got, so that's kind of cool. So, just something to talk about here that I think people are interested in.
I'm not like misogynistic or something, but commonly women are not as funny as men. I usually see, but Goldie Hawn is one of them.
She's hilarious.
She's hilarious. Yeah, I love Goldie Hawn.
But you want to go back a little further, Lucille Ball.
Oh yeah, Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett was one of my favorites.
I love watching random Carol Burnett skits.
Mm-hmm.
Went with the Wind.
Yeah.
Have you seen? Did you see that one
with the curtain?
Yes, and then the airplane one. Yeah.
Funny stuff, Harvey Korman.
I prefer that over SNL.
Oh yeah, no, I did too. Harvey Korman, and Tim Conway, and Carol Burnett.
The only skits I'll ever watch for SNL are the Weekend Update ones with like Michael J. and Colin Jost. I like those. They're like 2 minutes long.
Now, see, when it first came out, Saturday Night Live,
mm-hmm.
the original staff, hilarious.
Oh yeah.
You ever had a chance to go back and check out some of their shows? Some of the commercials they come up with. Hilarious as well, and I miss that kind of thing, because they've been around a long time, since the 70s. But SNL, I tried to watch it recently. I couldn't do it. It just doesn't have the same feel.
Also, it's just the humor has evolved. And people's humor is very different now. A lot of people like being uncomfortable. That's what people laugh at now, to be uncomfortable. Because remember, we're a society that emphasizes feelings.
Yeah. Well, okay, I can see that, but my favorite comedian...
it doesn't make me laugh that much either, don't worry.
No, I understand. My favorite comedian is no longer with us anymore, but...
George Carlin?
No, I really enjoy George Carlin's humor. He's hilarious.
Robin Williams. That's your favorite?
Favorite.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. And his mentor, by the way, was hilarious too, a little bit older than Robin Williams. Jonathan Winters.
Mm-hmm.
You may not know who that is. I understand that,
mm-hmm.
but... he off the cuff and really quick, but I've never seen anybody as quick as Robin Williams.
I know, but he's Robin Williams is so amazing.
Off the chain.
No, he's his own thing.
Yeah.
He's his own career.
Well, when he did the voiceover for Aladdin, the
genie, they have like hundreds of hours left over of him just doing random things.
They let him go. They didn't give him a script.
Thank God. That's why it was good.
Right. And just let him go.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Robin Williams is so talented. What a talented gentleman he was.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. So that's some of the things.
Did you see Night at the Museum?
Yes. What a great movie. All three of them. Owen Wilson in that one too, I believe, wasn't it?
Owen Wilson, yeah.
Owen Wilson, yeah.
And then there's also what's his name? Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller, yeah.
But of course, Robin Williams was the star. I don't care.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anywhere it goes, I mean, a movie that I watched with him. Nathan Lane was in it. Birdcage. The Birdcage.
I didn't see the Birdcage.
Hilarious.
Have you seen Patch Adams?
That's one of the movies.
Oh
that
my
I
God,
didn't
you will love
see.
Patch Adams.
I gotta see it.
You have to see that. Have you? You've
Yeah.
probably seen Dead Poet Society.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, he was very serious in that one.
Yeah.
You know.
That one was a tearjerker.
Right. It was for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
Not just because I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it, but you probably have. People,
Yeah.
most of lost his job at the young man who died in it
Yeah.
too. And and I couldn't believe how watching his comedy, how much of a great serious actor.
I saw it coming. I saw it coming.
Did you?
Yeah. Usually the greatest comedians usually have that range.
Yeah.
You know?
He went to Juilliard, acting training in
That
New York.
makes sense.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He says that he didn't graduate though. Yeah.
That he probably just left because he was too good for them.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I believe one of the instructors, he talked about it on Johnny Carson and also on Jay Leno, John Houseman, who is a great actor. You know, and he was mentioning a couple other people. And I've been watching it, on YouTube and also Facebook. You can get into the watching.
You go on Facebook to watch videos?
Well, not necessarily. I just go on Facebook Messenger to message my brother.
Oh, okay. Why don't you get his text?
Because he doesn't like to text on the phone through his number, but he'll text on Messenger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a whole nother story, another time. I don't know if you're into country music or anything like that.
Two genres I'm not crazy into. I don't like hip hop that much, except I do like some 90s hip hop, and I love Hamilton and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
A couple of Eminem songs are really good.
Yeah.
Country. I'm not. Everly Brothers, okay. Some of it. Johnny Cash, okay. Bob Dylan, I mean, is that really fully country?
No,
does that count?
He's more folk.
Folk, exactly.
Yeah. See,
so,
I'm not into the older twingy stuff, and even though I know people that have written music,
Vaughn Monroe.
Yeah, no, I like Vaughn Monroe.
I love Vaughn Monroe. I have so many Vaughn Monroe songs.
That's great.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome. I do like today's country, the new stuff.
But the thing is, Vaughn Monroe doesn't just do country; he does a lot of pop stuff too.
See,
most of his pop stuff.
See, that's what the new country music is. It crosses over to pop.
Yeah, but no, Vaughn Monroe was he peaked
he's
in
way
the 40s.
Before.
Yeah,
way before. Way before. Yeah. But that's what I mean. That's what I like. That it's not like that. I mean, there's some of the older stuff I like.
But
the older
Ghost Riders in the Sky, such a bad ASS song. Also, another really good one.
More rock.
Frankie Lane.
Yeah, I know Frankie. Sure.
Oh, wait,
sure.
Ghost Riders in the Sky is rock.
Sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Really?
Ghost Riders in the.
No, it sounds very country to me.
I have to play it.
Yeah, but what was it? Frankie Lane. Yeah. I love Frankie Lane too.
All right. We'll have to play some.
I know.
Dig some up here. I'll have to do that. So what we're going to talk about, we're going to take a break again because we got to pay the bills. And let's talk about the CMA Awards a little bit. Some of the artists you might know. We'll be back in just about a couple minutes. Treasure Coast Forum at 1450 WSTU. And we are back with Treasure Coast Forum. I'm Ray, and Amira is right there.
Yo.
I love that. I'm not going to say because she laughed last time when I said, yo.
I built immunity.
She's immune to the yo. Imagine that.
Yeah. You don't have to.
I'm not going to.
It's okay.
I'm not going to do it.
No, I mean imagine. I say you don't have to imagine. You can always do yo. You're welcome to do yo.
Thank you.
I'm trying to convert you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. CMA Awards last night, and it was the 58th annual CMA Awards, taking place, of course, Nashville's Bridgestone Arena. Luke Bryan, former NFL star Peyton Manning, and country superstar Lainey Wilson, they were the hosts of the show. And
that's cool.
Peyton Manning, he's hilarious. I mean, being a football player, of course, you may have seen him on the Papa John's commercials when Papa John used to own Papa
No, I
John's.
just remember seeing the Super Bowl. That was his last one, I think, against the Patriots, right?
I don't remember. I know that he won his last one.
Yeah, exactly. It was Denver Broncos versus the Patriots,
yeah.
I think. Or maybe it was the Panthers. I don't know.
You know what? I did watch him, and I did see that at that time, the defense really was the reason they won that game, but that's another story, another time. But Peyton Manning, got 2 Super Bowls and retired. And, of course, his brother, Eli, has 2 Super Bowls too. And I think Eli is up for the Hall of Fame this year. We'll see. Peyton is in the Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame. But it's kind of interesting. Morgan Wallen earned the most nominations with 7, followed by Cody Johnson, who is a superstar as well. Chris Stapleton crosses the gamut to pop, to folk.
No idea who these people are.
What a great voice. He had a song that won the Song of the Year, which I love. And White Horse. It is a great song. Great song. Entertainer of the Year, Luke Combs, Jelly Roll, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen won. The single of the year was White Horse. Album of the year was Leather by Cody Johnson, who has The Painter is one of the songs that's on there. Just a lot of fun. I mean, the whole genre is a lot different than it has been in years. It's different. The crossover pop and that, and even the way they dress it's totally different,
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of cool. Lainey Wilson won the Female Vocalist of the Year. The Male Vocalist of the Year was Chris Stapleton, so he got a couple of awards there. Vocal Group of the Year is a group that crosses a few different genres, okay? Old Dominion. And you may have heard some of their stuff, maybe not.
No, definitely not. I've never heard of them.
If you don't listen to, even pop hits they've had as well, but they have country hits. The Vocal Duo of the Year, you may have heard of. They've been around a long time, is Brooks and Dunn, as a matter of fact. Maybe you don't know that one. But there's just some of the winners that went down yesterday with the CMA Awards. Just thought you ought to know.
I don't know. I still don't know. It's just a bunch of random names.
Yo.
Yo.
Well, let's go back in the day a little bit because we got a few minutes, okay? If we go back, I guess you got to talk like this, 147 years. That's a long time, isn't it? Imagine. In 1877, Thomas Edison announced his newest invention. Do you know what it was?
Light bulb?
No, it was a hand-cranked foil cylinder phonograph.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, he dubbed it a talking machine.
That makes sense.
Yeah. 93 years ago in 1931, that was the year my dad was born, the horror classic Frankenstein was released. Fine actor Boris Karloff, who I thought...
oh my God. It was actually really sad what happened to Colin Clive. He was a guy who played Dr. Frankenstein. Right? He got like tuberculosis like 5 years later. He was like in his 30s and then he died. It was kind of sucked. I saw him in a couple other movies in like minor roles. But yeah.
That's kind of like the curse of the guys that play Superman in the movies.
But I don't think like
TV.
Did anything happen to Gene Wilder? He played Dr. Frankenstein. There was no curse.
Well, no, he's not around anymore, but no, not from
no, exactly. I don't think there's a curse. I think it was just him. But Boris Karloff is pretty lit, to be honest.
Great.
But until in the 60s when he like went into a decline And then he got so desperate that he would agree to do movies like the Bikini Robots or something like that. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a weird movie. Vincent Price is in it, I think.
Oh, Vincent Price.
I know, but it was weird. He basically like made these like really nice looking female robots, and what they do is they just seduce world leaders and kill them. I was like, what?
What a concept.
I know, it's like Austin Powers type of stuff.
Oh, behave. 82 years ago in 1942, that's a long time. That's before my time, too. Tweety Bird debuted in the Warner Brothers cartoon, A Tale of Two Kitties, that's featuring Babbitt and Costello, not Abbott.
Costello.
Yeah, not Abbott and Costello. Yeah, the parody, of course, of the two. And let me see here. I want to make sure that I don't read something that's.
Are you a Marx Brothers fan?
I like them. When I was growing up, I watched a lot of the Marx Brothers.
I watched Duck
Groucho.
Soup.
Yeah, funny. Groucho Marx and, funny. It was funny stuff. That and the Three Stooges back in the day. If you had a chance to watch them, Our Gang. We got somebody calling in here. So if you can stall for time, I'll go answer the phone.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Good? I appreciate that.
So, guys, here's something you should never Google. And don't tell anyone I endorsed you. And if you do Google this, it's not my fault. And it's called, the thing is Catherine the Great's furniture. Just don't Google it. I made that mistake 10 minutes before going on the air, and I was absolutely traumatized. Catherine the Great is a wild lady. Again, I hope this does not make you curious, but if it does, make sure your kids are not in the room when you search up Catherine the Great furniture. I know it sounds like I'm advertising for it, but he told me to stall, so I didn't know what else to say.
Yeah, they good friend of Mr. G and just called up, and it was a voice of somebody. Okay, we go back in the day. You may have watched the show, the reruns of the show, Dallas. Have you ever seen that show?
I've heard of it.
The actor that played the astronaut Nelson. Okay, and I'm trying to think of his. I'm looking at his face in front of me, and sometimes the name doesn't pop up. But anyway, 44 years ago in 1980, an established 83 million people turned into Dallas to find out who shot JR.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
And I actually watched it.
My dad also watched it. He'd never seen Dallas in his life, and he just wanted to know who shot JR.
I wanted to know who shot. Yeah, Larry Hagman was the actor I was thinking of. Yeah, Marilyn Martin, I believe, was his mom. 43 years ago, 1981, we lost this lady a couple of years ago, but Olivia Newton-John, number one hit, Physical.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing it.
She was in Xanadu.
She was in Xanadu.
Yeah. And
absolutely.
Grease.
Yeah.
But I'm not like crazy big fan.
No, you're not.
Yeah, she's cool, but not crazy big fan. But I watched an 80s show. It was a mini series recently, a couple weeks ago, and it was so phenomenal. Like I can't even. It could have been like a 10-hour epic blockbuster movie. It was so good. The acting, the cinematography, the musical score, and it's called The Thornbirds, and it had an amazing cast, and it absolutely wrecked me. I cried like 10 times, and I think it was the most watched series of all time. But it was like when it came out. But I think it's the best 80s miniseries ever. Because I know in the 80s there was a whole miniseries phenomena where you had stuff like Shogun and then other miniseries that came out. And I think that's very interesting because we have a series craze now again. And it happened in the 80s, which is different. But they had miniseries.
Right.
So they would want like long movies, kind of like that, like TV movies. And they would take like weeks and weeks and weeks. That was very interesting. But the Thornbirds has to be the best one.
Yeah.
I have you seen it?
I've watched the Thornbirds. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
The dialogue was great.
We got a call
we do?
from an old man here. That's what I just got a text about that. How you doing? Hello there. We got a quick 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is. I just want to know why these young whippersnappers don't know the country music artists in their songs. I'm down here in Nashville right now.
Wow.
I was down here, and my goodness, Lainey Wilson, and oh my goodness, some So what's wrong with these young whippersnappers who don't know these country music?
Thank you for calling me a whippersnapper. You're the second person in my life to call me a whippersnapper. I don't know country, but if it makes you feel better, I do know like some 40s country songs. I know Everly Brothers. I know more than my peers. But actually, contrary to what I think and what I like, most kids my age do like country, except they like more modern country. They like Garth Brooks, or they like Taylor Swift, or they go into
Garth's
something
been around for a while.
Yeah. So they like Miley Cyrus a lot. That's usually what the youth likes today. That's the country stuff that they like. But
thank you for calling. I got to wrap it up because we're wrapping up the show. Thanks for calling. I appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. You too. Thanks so much. Wrapping up another edition of Treasure Coast Forum, and Amira, thanks so much for being here today.
No, thank you.
You did most of the work.
No, you're the one who's getting the calls. You're the one who's operating the board. You're the one who's calling for breaks. You're the one who's keeping track of time to call for breaks.
We got to go.
Oh, okay. Bye.